Welcome back. This is the very last video recording for lesson on week 4 of the distance learning for IM2. We've just summarized the 3 different facts that we've discovered regarding inscribed angle and arc measure, and with the diameter making a right triangle. So let's use those facts to do some calculations now. Here we have a problem: find the value of x. So what do we have? Analyze, we have a triangle with a diameter as a side. So BA is a diameter. So therefore, we can use the fact 3. The triangle with a diameter as a side must be a right triangle. Okay? If you have a diameter as one of the sides, in fact, that's a hypotenuse, then it's going to be a right triangle. Why? Because this inscribed angle is always going to be 90 degrees. So if that is the case, then measure of angle ACB has to be 90 degrees. So therefore, 2x has to be 90 degrees, so x is 45 degrees. Let's try another problem. Find the value of x and y. What do we have now? We have a central angle of arc x. We have an arc x, we have a central angle, and we're trying to find the angle y. The central angle and arc have the same measure, so if this is 56 degrees, then the arc has to be 56 degrees. So if that is the case, if arc is 56 degrees, then the inscribed angle of arc is going to be half of 56 degrees. So we have an inscribed angle of y for arc x, and an intercepted arc has twice the measure as the inscribed angle. So the intercepted arc is always going to be 2 times the inscribed angle. So if x is 56, then 2y is going to be 56. So y is 28. Let's try a different problem. Find the value of x and y. Okay, what do we have so far? Angle P and angle S share the same arc QR. They are both inscribed angles to arc QR. So, what do we know about inscribed angles? Given one particular arc, it's always going to be congruent. So x is going to be 45 degrees. Okay, what about y? Well, PS is the arc that inscribes those angle Q and angle R. So angle R and angle Q share the same arc PS, so they have to be equal in measure, so y is also 40 degrees. Okay, let's try some other problem. Find the indicated measure. Okay, so this is your time to try this. Okay, pause the video and see if you can figure out the answer, and I'll be sharing the answer with you in 3, 2, 1. Here we are looking for measure of arc BC. Arc BC is here. We are told that inscribed angle is 32 degrees. So remember, the outside, the arc, is always going to be twice the inscribed angle. So CB has to be twice the 32, which is 64 degrees. What about measure of BC? Measure of BC. Okay, we know that inscribed angle is 114 degrees. Remember, it's the arc measure is going to be always twice the inscribed angle, so which is 2 times 114 is 228. What about this? Angle, measure of angle ABC. This time we're given the arc measure, 218. What do we do with the arc measure to get to the inscribed angle? We have it, so it's going to be 109 degrees. Great. Let's do some more problems. Find the value of the variable x and y. If we have This is our x value, x variable. So x is going to be inscribed angle of arc EH. So they're going to be same in measure. What about B? What do we know about this angle? It's always going to be 90 degrees because this is diameter. What do we know about Y? We know that if this is 90, 40, then I know that triangle always adds to 180 degrees. So it's going to be 90 minus 40, which is 50 degrees. Okay, what about this variable x? We're looking at the central angle here, it looks like. Okay, do we know, what do we know? 114 degrees. 114 degrees is this arc. Okay, so if this is the arc measure, what is the central angle going to be? Exactly the same. So x is going to be 114 degrees. What about y? Okay, look at this arc and look at the inscribed angle. They share the same arc. That means it's going to be, the inscribed angle is going to be half of the arc measure. So half of 114 is going to be 57 degrees. Okay, these are some extension problems to find the values of variable x and y. See if you can figure it out. The answers will be shown in a minute. Here we go. I've just made some minor changes to the slide. So if you are given this diagram, see if you can figure out all the variables x and y. See if you can solve for x and y. The answers will be shown in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. We have two different relationships, 2x times 2, 2x times 2, because this is an inscribed angle to this arc. So 6y is going to be 2 times 2x. So we have one equation. And we also have another equation. All the arc measures must add up to 360 degrees. So 6y plus 6y plus 4x has to be equal to 360 degrees. So we have two equations with two variables. That means we can use system of equation. First equation can be simplified as x is equal to 3y divided by 2. Substitute equation 1 to 2, and you get 12y plus 4 times 3y divided by 2 is equal to 360. And then once you've figured that out, that simplifies to 12y plus 6y is 360. And then 18y is 360 degrees, and y is 20, x is 30. Okay, this diagram. We have not fully explored this, but basically, this angle, when the polygon is, when a quadrilateral is inscribed inside, then this angle plus this angle has to be 180 degrees. So they are opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, likewise, x plus 100 has to be supplementary. That means 180 degrees. And hopefully we'll explore that next week. Okay, that's it for now. Hopefully you'll be able to do the homework now. Take care.